his arms made her eyes close. When she opened them, they were on a road, and the limestone dust was strong. And there was a near-at-hand bacon smell coming from the house. He put her down, let her clamber down a small cinder block stairway and through a door and into his house. In a charged, emotional state, Clementine poked around the strange rooms, sniffing the corners, eagerly reconnoitering a dusty, stuffed seal under a crib in a room upstairs, eatable crumbs under a bed, a cinnamon candle near a side table, a long row of records. All the while missing the freedom she had experienced in the woods, bounding through the trees, the harness gone, and beneath that, a feeling that Norman somewhere outside was still calling her name, whistling. That day, Clementine came to understand that the man's name was Steve. Later in the afternoon, a woman named Louisa arrived and spoke a different language. No words like sit or walk or good dog or hungry, to which she paid close attention, partly because Louisa had smelled similar to Claire's gingery and floral, with a faint, verdant, bready odor that, Clementine felt this in her dog way, united them in a special way. There was also the way Louisa rubbed her neck, gently and then more firmly, using her thumb as she leaned down and said, "What should we call you?" And then went through many beautiful words until she settled on Carmelita. "Carmelita," she said. "Carmelita." Even in her excitement over her new home, Carmelita was experiencing a form of grief particular to her species. There are 57 varieties of dog grief, just as there are, from a dog's point of view, 110 distinctive varieties of human grief, ranging from a vague gloom of Sunday afternoon sadness, for example, to the intense, peppery, lost father grief, to the grief she was smelling in this new house, which was a lost child or lost pup type of grief, patches of which could be found in the kitchen, around the cabinets, near the sink, and all over the person named Louisa. It was on the toys upstairs too, and as she sniffed around, she gathered pieces together and incorporated them into her own mood. Days passed. Weeks passed. Carmelita settled into her new life. Some days Louisa was in the house, moving around, sitting at the table with the smell of green stuff, dangling a bag of it in front of Carmelita's nose so she could sniff and open her mouth and gently clasp. She had learned not to bite the bags. In the evenings, they ate at the table in candlelight and talked about someone named Carmen. Each time the word appeared, the smell of grief would fill the room. The scent was all over the house in different variations. She even found it on the thing that Steve carried when he left the house in the morning, a leather satchel with a bouquet of iron and steel clinking when he hefted it up. "So long, Carmelita. See you after work. Gotta go build something." An object always worth examining when he came back to the house because it carried an interesting array of distant places and other humans. Sometimes they took her for a walk to the woods, or down the road past the stone quarry to a park where children played and the other dogs hung out.